Welcome to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm taking a look at Lake Compounce, America's oldest continuously operating amusement park. It opened in 1846, making it currently 179 years old, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Now, I have been to this park before. I live in Connecticut, and growing up in the 80s, we did come here at least a couple times. I'm not sure exactly how many times we came here, but I remember my grandmother lived very close to the park, and I think my grandfather's company had some deal where we got free tickets at some point. I think it's a vague memory at this point. And then I did come again maybe in the late 80s, early 90s. I don't remember if it was part of a school trip or possibly I came here with my friends. I really don't know. But other than that, I haven't been here in at least 30 to 35 years. So from what I understand, quite a bit has changed in that time. The only thing I really remember about the park specifically was that roller coaster in the background, the Wildcat. And I remember there was a train that went around the entire lake, Lake Compounce. That train is now gone, sadly. But other than that, I really don't remember what was here, other than just, general amusement park rides. So let's take a look around and see what they've got in 2025. So getting into the park is not inexpensive. For me, the ticket price was $39.99, and then they charged $27 for parking. So all in all, after tax and everything, it cost me $68.70 to get in. And that's not counting food or drinks. If you do want to get food or drinks here, that's expensive as well, as we'll see. So I would say if you're going to be coming to the park at least twice a year, you might as well get a season pass. Right now, the 2026 Gold Season Pass is on sale for $99.99, and that includes free parking and free soda. So right there, that's less than 2 single-day passes like I paid for. Also, just so you know, this video is not sponsored by Lake Compounce. Everything I say in this video is based on my observation and my opinion. So there's the toy store. I'll actually do a quick walkthrough of that towards the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. And if you want to see more videos like this, please let me know. Thanks. Alright, so first up, this is Kiddie Land. And as the name suggests, they've got a lot of kiddie rides like this. This ride's called Little Daredevils. It's from 1985, and if I didn't know better, I would have thought it was from the 70s, just based on the design of those motorcycles and that metallic flake paint. This is the Kiddieland Pavilion, and I have to be honest with you, this was kind of creepy. It really reminded me of something straight out of the back rooms. Just the fact that it's empty, the lights are off, and it's got these really kind of strange and bizarre murals on the walls. But I love that type of thing, so I think it's great. There's Drum Circus. That ride opened in 1997. And then this is Little Critters, and you wouldn't know it right away from the sign, I don't think, but this is Bumper Cars. And one of the crazy things I've seen at a lot of bumper cars nowadays are signs saying, "Do not bump the other car," or "Don't hit other cars head on." It's like, that's the whole point of bumper cars. Luckily, they do seem to be letting the cars bump each other here. This is the Wave Swinger, which opened in 1986, which coincides with when the park was owned by Hershey. Hershey owned the park from 86 to 87, and there's, I think, 3 or 4 rides here now that were opened when Hershey took over. And this is, of course, a classic. You see this at almost every amusement park out there. I think I might have gone on this as a kid, but there's no way I'm going on it today. Now, if you plan to come out to the park and you want to film, one thing you should know is that most of the rides, pretty much everyone I saw, had a sign up saying either no photography or no filming, and also warnings indicating that if you do film or take video, you're going to get kicked out of the park and you will not get a refund. So that's a downside, especially for YouTubers like me that would like to do on-ride videos, but that wasn't really possible. The strange thing is, I have seen on-ride videos on YouTube from Lake Compounce, and I'm not sure how the people are getting the videos. I don't know if they're sneaking the video cameras on the ride and then just hoping they don't get kicked out, or if they're somehow getting special permission. I'm honestly not sure. This is Revolution, and it opened in 2011. This ride's called Rainbow Riders. It's from 2007, and if I didn't know it was built in 2007, I would have told you that this was almost certainly from the 70s or 80s. It looks very retro like that, but no, it's actually not that old. And that's about as fast as it gets going. Not surprising, as it is a kiddie ride. And this is Drop Zone. It was built in 2004. This is the Kiddie coaster, or as I like to call it, the Whiplash Simulator. That was a pretty hard stop. It was built in 1997, and I would say for a kiddie coaster, it's pretty intense. And here's the Kiddie carousel, which was added in 1997. Here's the Kiddie swinger. This was built in 85. And again, that's about as fast as it goes. So if you want to get an idea of what the park looks like, here's a map of it. And right now we are right about there. And I'm doing a counterclockwise walk around the park. This is or was Kyle's Garden. I'm not really sure what that was, though. I looked it up online and couldn't find much detail about it. But right now they appear to be turning it into a scare zone for Fright Fest, which I think starts September 20th, if I'm not mistaken. This is one of the park's more famous rides. This is Zoomerang. It opened in 1997, and I remember seeing this all over the TV. There were commercials for this non-stop when it first opened, but sadly it's out of service for some reason. I don't know how long it's been down or if it's back up now. I have no idea, but I know if I came to the park to ride Zoomerang, I'd be pretty disappointed right about now. And of course, no amusement park is complete without a pirate ship ride. This one opened in '86, and I think it might have been moved to this location fairly recently. I think that's what I read. I went on one kind of like that at the Big E a couple of years ago, and I almost lost my lunch, so I don't think I'll be going on one of those again anytime soon. This is Zoomer's Gas and Go. It was built in 2007, and this is an antique car ride. I love these things, and this is the type of ride that's slow-paced enough that you would think they would let you film on it, but nope. As that sign says right there, no filming allowed. I get not allowing filming on roller coasters and other like high-speed thrill rides like that, but not something like this. I mean, nobody's going to get hurt filming or videoing from one of these cars here. I mean, this one's called American Flyers, and it's from 1997. I can kind of see not being allowed to film on that. This is one of their indoor restaurants, the Timberjack Chow House, and to me it reminded me a lot of a Burger King for some reason. Except it's a bit more expensive than Burger King. They had burger with fries, 2 hot dogs with fries, chicken sandwich with fries, and each one of those meals was $15.99. This is the Sawmill Plunge. It opened in 1987, and it's a log flume ride. So it reminds me a lot of Riverside Park, which is currently Six Flags New England, because they had a log flume ride there. However, this one is probably at least 3 times as big as the one that they used to have at Riverside. And next up we've got Twister, which has been here since 2000. Not sure what they were doing here. They had this area blocked off. It looks like they might have been building a stage possibly, but I'm not sure. This is Thunder and Lightning. It was built in 2006, and this is another ride I would never go on. I'm sorry. Here's another restaurant. This is Marketplace Pizza and Marketplace Wings and Fries. And a half dozen wings, chicken wings, is $12.99, and the fries are $9.99. And we've got Slush Works, where you can make slushies, of course. A medium is $11.99, and the souvenir cup is $17.99. And we've got another ride down. This is Sky Coaster. It was built in 1998, and again, this is one of those where I'm not sure if it's down permanently or if it was just down today. I don't know. But it looks like you had to pay an extra fee to get on that. It was $30 per ride. And basically they slingshot you with that thing. I hate to say it, that's another ride I would never consider going on. I might be over the weight limit anyways, but no thank you. This is probably one of my favorite rides at the park. This is Ghost Hunt. It's a dark ride. It's the park's only dark ride. It's, as you can guess, a haunted house where you ride through it and you shoot the ghost with like a little blaster type gun. And again, they don't let you film on this. I mean, it's one of those rides where I just don't understand why they don't let you film. This ride, however, I totally understand why they don't allow filming. This is Phobia Fear Coaster. It opened in 2016, and from what I've read, this is the park's most expensive ride ever. And also, probably one of the most terrifying. And this is called Ferris Wheel, believe it or not, and it was built in '97. When it comes to roller coasters, this is definitely my favorite. This is Boulder Dash. It opened in 2000, and it's won Best Wooden Roller Coaster 5 different times. And it was also the first wooden roller coaster to be built on the side of a mountain. It's also really cool because it spans about half the length of the park. And this is the park's oldest roller coaster, and it's also the second oldest ride here. This is the Wildcat, and it was built in 1927, which makes it the 14th oldest operating roller coaster in the entire world. On the left, this is the Pepsi refresh station, and I think it gives out free Pepsi because they've got a Pepsi soda fountain in here, and I didn't see anywhere that they expected you to pay. Could be wrong, though. We've also got these carnival games here, but as you can see, they weren't super popular, at least not when I was walking by them. This is Downtime. It was built in 2004, and as you can see, it's a drop tower. I'm not sure what's normally behind this blue wall, but it looks like they're making this into another scare zone for Fright Fest. Here's the Carousel Pavilion and Arcade, and anytime I see arcade, you know I've got to take a walk through. I haven't been to too many amusement parks, so I can't really say how this arcade compares to those at other amusement parks, except for Quasi. I did go to Quasi recently in Connecticut, and their arcade is huge. I'll have a video of that coming up next week, probably. But this one's got primarily these claw machines, and then they've got the basketball hoops, of course, the air hockey, and 2 actual video games. Here's the Carousel, which is the park's oldest ride by far. It was built in 1898 and moved to Lake Compounce in 1911. And from what I've read, it does have a Wurlitzer organ, which is, I think, that thing straight ahead there. But apparently they don't use it much, as it's really difficult to repair. Alright, so now I'm heading down towards Thunder Rapids, the catering pavilion, and one end of the Compounce Railway. So this is what remains of the trolley. There was a trolley here from, I think, 97 until just 2023, so it got removed very recently. It's not part of the Compounce Railway. The railway is actually separate. So the railway goes around the east side of the lake, which is the opposite side of the lake. And I remember when I was a kid, the railway, at least as far as I remember, went around the entire lake. That was a different train, though. That was the Gillette Railway. And I think the locomotive for that railway is now at Gillette Castle. And we can take a look at that someday. I might do a video there. And then this is the end of the line for the trolley. And I really wish they hadn't removed it. If I had just come out to the park a couple years earlier. Oh well. Straight ahead, this red building is the watering hole, and I'm honestly not sure if it's permanently closed or if it's only open on special occasions. It kind of looks like it's closed, but that's just a guess on my part. This is the Thunder Rapids Raft Ride, and it opened in 1997. It kind of vaguely reminds me of Cali River Rapids at Disney World, but not as heavily themed.
I can see him since the boat.
My favorite ride.
Now we're heading down towards the catering pavilion and the Compounce Railway, which sadly was closed the day I visited the park, and I really wanted to go on it. Hopefully it'll be open the next time I come out. This little building here on the left, I'm guessing this has to be like an electrical shed or something like that. I don't think this was actually part of any ride. This is the catering pavilion, and you need a wristband to get in here. As far as I can tell, this is for like company picnics, large gatherings, parties, things like that. So most people going to the park are not going to be going into the catering pavilions. Here's the Compounce Railway South Station, I guess you'd call it. And yeah, I was really disappointed that it was closed the day I was there. I don't know why it was closed. I don't know if it was down for maintenance or if it's only open certain times. But yeah, that would have been great, because I would guess they probably would have let me film on that, at least. I would imagine. Lake Compounce is broken up into two major sections. You got the amusement park, which we were just at, and then the water park. It's called Crocodile Cove, and it's included with the price of admission, so you don't have to pay extra to get into the water park. And then this is it. This is the actual Lake Compounce. Back in the day when the park first opened, this was the main attraction. Most of the reason for coming out here was the lake. Today it's definitely not used as much as it was back then. But it's great to have it here. I love it just being here, to be honest with you. And they do seem to do this Splash Bucklers comedy stunt show. I'm not sure if they do it in the water right here or under that yellow tarp. I'm really not sure. And they do still have a beach, but it's roped off, so you can only go in the water, it looks like, right in front of that yellow tarped area. And here's the rest of the water park. This is, I think, Clipper Cove. It's a soak zone, as they call it. It opened in 2003. And it was given off an amazing scent of chlorine, like the strongest chlorine smell I've smelled in years, which I love. I love that smell of chlorine. But yeah, it was really strong, especially right here. That tower there that looks like a giant barber pole is Storm Surge. That opened in 1998, and apparently it closed in 2019, but then it got refurbed and reopened in 2022. This is Riptide Racer. It opened in 2012, and it's a racing water slide. Here's the park's newest water slide. This is Venus Vortex. It was built in 2021, and it's a raft slide. And it's supposed to look like a Venus flytrap, obviously. And they've got a wave pool. This is Bayou Bay, and it's been here since 2013. From what I saw, the park has 3 main gift shops. It's got this surf shop, which is part of the water park technically. And as you'd expect, it's got t-shirts, sweatshirts, towels, sunglasses, bottles, you name it. You know, the standard gift shop stuff. I like this t-shirt on the left here. It says Lake Compounce 1846, Bristol, Connecticut. This is the Compounce Railway's North Station. And I looked around here, I didn't see any signs up indicating why it wasn't open. If anybody knows why it wasn't open, please let me know in the comments. Especially because the next time I come out to the park, I would prefer to come on a day that it's actually running. If you want a really brief history on the park, feel free to pause the video right now. Alright, so now we've made it around the entire park, but before I leave, I'm going to take a quick look at the toy store and then the Emporium, which also serves as the exit to the park. Alright, so here's the toy store, and I noticed a lot of the stuff here didn't seem to have prices on it, so I'm not sure what everything cost. Especially the candy and the food, I didn't see any pricing on that. I would assume it's probably going to be at least a little bit more expensive than if you were buying it in a regular store outside the park. Then, of course, they've got the poop hats. These are $17.99, which sounds reasonable to me. I would guess that the donut pillows are probably about the same price as the poop hats.
Yeah. Do you know where I can buy refillable cups?
Refillable cups, you get those at down in guest experience.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and the final stop, the Emporium, which I would say is like their main souvenir shop. And they had a lot more clothing in here than toys. And the clothing prices were not terrible, to be honest with you. Like these t-shirts were $19.99, which is what I would expect to see a t-shirt going for. You know, a t-shirt with a logo on it or something like that. If you watch my flea market videos, you probably know I'm into character glasses and souvenir glasses and cups. And this Lake Compounce one, which is like rubber, was $16.99. And then this plastic cup or mug was $19.99. And then this is the type of glass I would collect. And they were $15.99. And they've got some classic souvenirs like magnets and snow globes. Now, the price tags on the snow globes were so faded that it kind of makes me think they've been sitting there for years. But I think they said $11.99. And there you have it. That was Lake Compounce in Bristol and Southington, Connecticut. I think it's a great amusement park. It's well maintained. They've got a lot of great rides. I just wish they had more dark rides. That would be great. And I also wish they let you film on some of the rides. I can get not letting you film on the roller coasters, but the slow speed rides, I honestly don't understand that. So that's my only real complaint, but it's a fairly small one. So now if you like this video, and especially if you want to see more like this, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. I usually do videos on flea markets, mall walkthroughs, store walkthroughs, and occasionally videos like this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.